was not anticipating that. I knew there was gonna be blood. I didn't know there was gonna be so much snot.
Sam, to start with you, what was it about your experience working with Rachel on Multiverse of Madness that made her a natural fit for Linda here?
I discovered what a brilliant actress she was and how versatile she was. And then when the script changed for a rewrite for some reshoots, it got a little more broad, the performance. Instead of talking about character, I was saying, now you're gonna hit a ghost and that ghost is gonna throw you a right jab. You go back and hit the couch and now it leaps upon you, but you raise your knees, catch it in a flying angel and launch it off. And I expected to go, what the hell are you talking about? Instead it was like, where do I land? How heavy is the ghost? It's like, I love how she doesn't question the absurdity of it. She's trying to make it real and trying to make it look great. And I thought, this is the actress I've got to work with again. And then when Zainab found this great pitch that we turned into a script under her great supervision with our writers Shannon and Swift, we thought Rachel is the only one for this role.
I guess as a VP, I would need somebody who is more of a people person. You know, somebody by my side who is well-liked, who can charm a room, who can make a deal, somebody who golfs. Does that make sense?
You're joking?
Rachel, for you, this is obviously sort of a reunion with Sam for you. You worked together on Multiverse of Madness. Was there any difference in how he directed that movie from this movie from your perspective?
Not really, other than he brings so much creativity and innovative ideas to the table. So there were all kinds of, shots that he didn't do on Doctor Strange, but he brought the same work ethic that I got to know on Doctor Strange, which is he wants to talk story all day long. He has all the time in the world for your questions, to just jam on what's coming up. Whatever we shot the day before, I'd come to work and be like, wait, we just shot that last night. And he's like, oh yes, it's very good. I've cut it all together, and with his editor Bob. So he's just very hardworking, very dialed in to the story the entire time you're there.
Oh, Linda, before you go, I forgot to mention, I've received a few complaints about you.
Complaints?
Noxious odors.
You two actors in a Sam Raimi movie, it is just such a joy to me as a fan of his to see you in that space.
Cool,
At
thanks.
what point during this production did each of you kind of say to yourself, yes, I am in a Sam Raimi movie right now?
Many times?
Yeah.
Or was there one that stands out to you?
The plane crash was like week 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of started with some office stuff and got our, listen, even in rehearsals, like I've talked about this a bunch, but Sam greeted me with a paper bag on his head and like waited for Rachel to show up. And so it was just so zany and fun and comfortable, like out of the gate. But then, yeah, I think when we were doing the week 2, for me at least, of the plane crash sequence and getting into that, trying like weird maniacal versions of like laughing at you during the laptop. Remember we did weird ones?
Yes. Just keep
like there was
back.
one, I don't think, where you came to me after, I was like, how did that one play? Did that work at all? And you were like, it was crazy. I was like, yeah, probably not gonna use that.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't know, the kind of like dummy face at the window, banging into the window, things like that were happening. So
yeah. There's probably many along the way. I think an obvious one for me, and I know there are lots along the way, but when we got to the boar scene and I had so much blood on me.
And they kept extending it.
I think there's some snot in there as well.
Oh, there's so many different
a lot of fluids. Yeah.
Oh, the snot part really got me, actually.
Oh, that snot was intense.
Yeah.
I was not anticipating that. I knew there was going to be blood. I didn't know there was going to be so much snot.
Yeah.
That just didn't occur to me. I didn't realize boars
It's not that much, yeah.
Good. I caught that. Good. It's not that much.
Not that much.
Didn't do it on purpose, but...
All right, we'll cut that part out. We'll pretend it was on purpose. Do each of you maybe have a favorite piece of direction that he gave you during the course of production? Or something that really sticks out?
He'd say to me, act faster. This is not a Canadian picture. This is an American. We go fast here in this country. People don't have time for this. It's not interesting.
I love when he would come in and just skewer how slow it was. He'd be like, it's good. Oh my God, it's 10 minutes long. Are you kidding me? What do you do?
Falling asleep back there.
Yeah, he would sometimes come up to me depending on what the scene was. I think it happened a couple times, and he was sort of saying like, would it help or could I? He's even asking permission almost, and he has something in his hand, and like it's like a little paper, and you're just like, like, can you, like, where's this going? And he's just like, can I say something over the mic? And if you don't want to, do it, you don't have to. Like, but he's got like a little piece of paper, and then you're just like, you totally know that he like prepared something, and it's like written in this, it's like written in like chicken scratch handwriting on like a catering napkin or something, and he's just had like a really silly time to himself, like just like coming up with this thing, and then you let him just because he even so wants to, and
He worked so hard on it.
Yeah.
He's very
excited about
loves
that
the
stuff.
play.
Yeah.
Very playful.
It's very playful, and it makes it so fun.
No help is coming. This is how things are now. Not in the office anymore. You are stuck with an asshole boss, just like I was.
Now, something that I think people maybe don't understand about horror filmmaking, and it's a through line of your work for sure, how much abject joy there can be in it. For each of you, what were the most joyful moments of making this movie?
What was yours?
I think it was just a joy seeing this movie getting made in general. Every day, it was a pinch me moment. I felt so lucky. Making an original movie today is so hard. And to have Sam Raimi as your director, it's a dream come true.
Wow, thanks.
And Sam, how about for you? Where were you finding your joy on this movie?
In having Sam Raimi as the director.
You know what? I actually feel the exact same way about this movie.
I found the joy in this movie. Not in the suspense and horror, although that was a tremendous amount of fun, actually, but more joy in watching these great actors know their characters, develop them to the point where they could get to set and they could ad-lib improv in character. And to see one snap at the other and the other to snap back, both in character, made it electric to me. So that was the joy on this one. We all discovered it together, with the actors leading the way. Like, for instance, I had a vision of what Dylan's character, Bradley is the character's name, how he would play the opening scene in the office. And Dylan convinced me, no, we gotta play him harder than that, Sam, meaner than that. We really need it to feel like payback. And I went, I'm not sure that, I may not have you recover. And I mean, the audience may not recover. And I really want to do this thing, Dylan, where we change perspectives in the audience, where we're rooting for Linda, and then at some point we start rooting for you. And then at some point we go back to Linda. I want to make sure you're not irredeemable so much that I can never, in my later plan, have the audience do the impossible and take your point of view and side with you. So there was a little back and forth, and I went Dylan's way on it, and he was right. The audience could handle it. In fact, they enjoy it more because he decided to play it even harder than I thought it could be played. And still, it was more of a miracle when we came back to him. So I learned a lot from the actors.
There's a scene in this movie, and I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a scene involving some amount of vomit. And I would like to know, in terms of modulating tone and sort of managing that, for each of you, in that moment, was there a tendency to go farther with that? Or do you feel like you kind of landed it where you wanted it to be by the end?
I didn't want to keep showing it, more and more vomit, but my editor, he loved that scene. He's sick. And he kept cutting to Linda vomiting on Bradley. Then again cuts to Linda vomiting on Bradley. Then, stop, Bob. Then again, Linda vomiting on Bradley. And it is true. It's only really by the third time that the audience will finally laugh and go, this is too much. But it's also, that moment is helped by Bradley, in the last moments, a little loop dub that he put in, just as she's about to go in for the CPR, the mouth-to-mouth recitation, you hear him say, like he's starting to breathe, but then she's on him. That really made it funny for me.
I don't think we should ever leave here.